Hey guys, well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the first 30 days after switching to Paper Lead and what actually changes. Okay, so most agency owners think switching to Paper Lead is just a pricing change. It's not. Like the first 30 days, after you switch to Paper Lead is where your entire business either levels up or falls apart, right? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what changes in those first 30 days. You'll feel what will break, what will finally start working, and how to navigate it through without like blowing up your cash flow issues. Okay, this is important, especially if you're thinking about changing to Paper Lead. Okay, so let me just zoom in a little bit. Cool. So when I switched from retainers to Paper Lead, I thought I was ready. I had clients, I had ads running, I had lead flow, but within the first 2 weeks, I realized something. This was completely different business model, right? Retainers had trained me to think in terms of deliverables, meetings, and reports. Paper Lead forced you to think in terms of outcomes, systems, and math. Okay, so that mental shift is what most people aren't prepared for. I had friends that switched from Paper Lead too, and what they notice is, to Paper Lead, and what they notice is that their revenue dipped like crazy, and I'll show you exactly how to combat that in the next in this video. So what changes in the first 30 days? Your cash flow becomes volatile at first. So under retainers, you exactly know like what is coming in every month. With Paper Lead, the revenue is tied to volume and performance. Some days you make more than you used to and make in a week. Other days it is basically just quiet, or something happens, or your technology fails, or clients cancel. Something is going to happen there. This isn't instability. It's just a transition from like a salary to a leverage position. Okay, so with Paper Lead, the outcome, the growth is like this. With the retainers, it's like this, and it's like steady, but you also have to deal with you don't grow with the client, right? So that's a problem face. Your fulfillment becomes the business. So under retainers, fulfillment is flexible. Under Paper Lead, fulfillment is everything. So you now have to answer questions such as what counts as a lead, what gets replaced, how fast do we deliver. If these aren't defined, chaos basically follows. Okay, so with fulfillment, with Paper Lead, fulfillment is everything. Yes, sales is important too, but fulfillment is what's going to drive your business forward. Clients treat you differently. So with retainers, clients judge the effort. With Paper Lead, clients judge results. So they don't care what you did. They only care about what they got. This is uncomfortable at first, but incredibly freeing in the future because your business grows with the client. So why this happens? The reason the first 30 days is you feel so intense is because you're switching from a service-based to a systems-based business. You're no longer paid for activity, you're paid for output. That forces you to track everything, right? Fix leaks fast, build a real process. It exposes weak offers, bad pricing, and sloppy fulfillment immediately. A lot of times, like people don't pay attention to margins in the Paper Lead game, and the next thing you know, you're losing money instead of making money. And that's a good thing, right? So you have to basically have to make sure that this is taken care of. So how to survive and win in the first 30 days. So step one is keep your retainers running. Don't burn the boats. Like let the existing retainers fund the transition while you prove the Paper Lead, right? This is super important. Step two, start with one niche and one offer. Don't go wide. Pick one niche, one city, one clear outcome. Prove it works before you basically dabble into other niches. Define fulfillment, right? Before you start selling, you got to define fulfillment. Before you sign anyone, you got to know what is a valid lead, uh, what gets replaced, how fast do you deliver it, right? This will save you months of stress because a lot of times people give one type of lead to one client, another type of lead to another client, just because the other client asked for it. The next thing you know, you're just burning cash because one client is getting different lead, the other client is getting a different lead. It causes a big issue. So step four, charge enough to protect yourself. So cheap Paper Lead is expensive. Higher pricing gives you room for replacements, better clients, healthier margins. Like a lot of times people start asking for replacements. So instead of defunding, you can just replace it. But you have to understand what that looks like for you. Okay, so you got to build that pricing in the Paper Lead. If you don't build that pricing in your Paper Lead, then it's going to be an issue. Okay. So the big shift in the first 30 days, you stop thinking like a freelancer, you start thinking like an operator. That's the moment your agency becomes a real business. And it's the Paper Lead business, you can sell the business, which is the best part about it. With other type of agency, it's really hard to sell that business. Like the regular agency model, unless you have like retainers, um, it's really hard to sell. And every in the agency space, a lot of clients get different types of services, right? Which is a problem. So whenever somebody tries to acquire your agency, now they have to think, okay, how am I going to manage this? How am I going to manage that? Whereas with paper lead or paper appointment, you're just selling leads and appointments. That's it. So it's a pretty simple model. So a lot of investors buy this type of company, right? So just something to keep in mind. So if you're thinking about making this transition, understand this. It's going to be uncomfortable. It'll force you to get sharper, but also it's also where real leverage is built. So if you want my help to mapping out your first 30 days, apply for one-on-one coaching below. I have my calendar link open. We'll build your niche offer, pricing, and fulfillment plan, so you don't have to guess your way through it. I'll also give you all the SOPs and make sure you're taken care of so you can get up and running pretty fast. Okay, so if you're interested, click the link below, book a call, and we can discuss the next steps from there and see if this is something that is a good fit for you. But hope this video was helpful. If you're looking to make a transition, hope this video was helpful. And if you need anything else, feel free to comment below and I'll answer any questions for you. Talk to you guys soon.